Tonight on Connecticut's news station, helping parents out as the state faces a child care crisis. What some proposed plans are hoping to accomplish to fix the issue.
And a massive apartment complex fire in Wallingford. Investigators are getting clues tonight into what may have started that fire. A man faces time behind bars for a crime that happened nearly 3 years ago in the capital city. We'll explain the kidnapping that started in Massachusetts and ended in murder in Hartford.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. After months of research, the Connecticut Blue Ribbon Panel on Childcare has come up with a plan for the next 5 years. The panel was directed by the governor to address the challenges in Connecticut childcare coming out of the pandemic.
Well, tonight that plan was shared with dozens of parents and childcare providers, along with the advocacy group Childcare for Connecticut's Future. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner has more on what the group is proposing.
A real goal of this plan is to address those inequities as they impact the quality of child care.
On December 8th, the final State of Connecticut Blue Ribbon Panel report was submitted to the governor's office. It's a 5-year strategic plan for child care systems that's supposed to work for families, providers, and Connecticut's economy. On Wednesday, the report was discussed at length with parents and childhood providers and advocates with the Childhood for Connecticut's Future who want to see more things added to this plan.
This is how we can go further, right? This is how we can take a little step further from that place. And in the next few years, while legislators meet and talk about how much money they're going to put into the system, don't forget these key components.
The 4 main goals of this plan are workforce and quality, equitable and affordable access, systems, and funding.
We've brought that plan to the governor. We are bringing that plan to the public.
The next step is to bring it to the legislator. And while Childcare for Connecticut's Future supports this plan and wants state leaders to approve it in the upcoming legislative session,
we are going to need all of you to help raise the importance of this issue for legislators and keep on them to make sure that they actually get something passed.
They are also advocating for more long-term goals like how to fund certain programs and obtaining more funds for the overall cost of care for providers, parents, and caretakers.
Right now, as the system stands, we're not being bold enough, right? We're leaving inadvertently people behind because we're not taking the full step forward to fully fund the early care and education system.
DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
An afternoon fire in Wallingford left dozens of people displaced from their homes as investigators try to determine the cause.
It happened at the Terrace Gardens apartment complex near Route 5. Fox 61's Jake Garcia has been on scene all afternoon, and tonight he joins us with the latest on the investigation. Jake.
Well, Brent and Sarah, just moments ago, crews finished up boarding up the windows and doors here at the Terrace Gardens Apartments in Wallingford. Investigators still trying to piece together exactly what sparked the flames and what left 12 families displaced.
Oh my God.
Just after 1:30 Wednesday, Wallingford firefighters were called to the Terrace Garden Apartments for reports of an apartment fire. When first responders arrived, they found one apartment engulfed in flames. Those flames quickly spread to nearby apartments and the attic, which provided firefighters with a challenge.
And that's where the difficulty in these type of buildings lies. They're open attics. They do have firewalls on each end, but these buildings are approximately 60 years old, and the firewalls we found to be compromised.
Jill Salt lives in a neighboring building and recounts the moments she saw the flames.
A whole bunch of smoke, and then I saw flame just bursting and the wind just taking all the flames basically and making it worse. It looked like a tornado of flames.
Eventually, firefighters were able to put out the flames. Sky 61 shows a view from up above and the extent of the damage done to the roof. Fire officials say some of the living conditions inside the complex may have contributed to the fire's strength.
One of the units is reported to have hoarding conditions in it. And also there were medical oxygen bottles in the unit, which caught fire, and obviously they fueled the fire in that area.
The entire building has been deemed uninhabitable, leaving 38 people, including 14 children, displaced just days before Christmas.
Anything can happen, literally in the blink of an eye. Wrapping Christmas presents, and in the blink of an eye, there's a whole bunch of people who don't have a house, it's sad.
Salt believes the fast actions by a mailman may have saved lives.
Mailman got here, and it was just smoke, and he went and banged on everybody's door and got most of the people out. I told him, I said, so you're basically a hero, and he laughed. I was like, no, really, you got everybody out. Like, animals were darting out. You got everybody out of the building.
And 2 firefighters were injured while battling the flames, both suffering minor injuries. The American Red Cross is helping those who are displaced. The Wallingford Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Live in Wallingford, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jake, thank you. And thank goodness for that postal worker. Huh?
I know. Wow.
All right, time now to take our first look at the weather here at 10. We are on the downhill slope now to the holiday weekend, and people are shoring up plans.
Yes, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank to see how the weather plays into those plans. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, we're looking good, smooth sailing, except if you're still cleaning up after the last rain and windstorm that we just had. But at least the weather will help you continue to clean up or get ready for Christmas. Temperatures right now are in the mid-30s to right around 40 degrees. It will turn a bit colder as we head through the next couple of days, although nothing out of the ordinary for this time of year. We haven't seen temperatures in the 30s for a few days. I mentioned still cleaning up after the last storm, and I wanted to show you the river flood warnings across the state. The Housatonic River has now crested and is starting to fall. The Farmington River in Simsbury is also crested and is falling. The Connecticut River is in the process of cresting right now in the Hartford area, but won't crest until tomorrow for the Connecticut River in East Haddam. And it's at moderate flood stage right now, and it likely will stay continued above flood stage right into this upcoming weekend. And we're going to talk more about that a little later in the show. Temperatures tonight falling back into the 20s to right around 30 degrees. So a chilly start to the day tomorrow, though appropriate for this time of year. Lots of sunshine. The temperature just has trouble climbing as we head through the afternoon. We're looking at high temperatures between 35 to right around 40 degrees as we head through Thursday afternoon. It is just as cool on Friday, but the chill does not last heading into the weekend and certainly doesn't stick around into Christmas. We'll show you the numbers coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, Connecticut's news station has new details from a deadly fire at an illegal apartment in New Britain. A second person has died now. That fire started in the attic of the home on Belden Street Monday. The first fatality was a woman whose body was found dead in that home after the fire. The second person who died was the man who jumped from the building as it burned, and he died in a hospital today.
A New Haven police sergeant has been accused of domestic violence. Louis DeCrescenzo was arrested yesterday. He faces 2 charges of breach of peace and 2 charges for threatening under family violence. DeCrescenzo has been on paid leave since May due to a complaint. He's been with the New Haven Police Department since 2009.
Well, new at 10, a Massachusetts man has been sentenced for a 2020 kidnapping and murder in Hartford. Brandon Batiste is facing 42 years behind bars after a body was found in a burning car the day after Christmas. Police say they were called to Schultes Place on December 26th of 2020 for reports of a car fire, and they found the body of 28-year-old Francisco Roman of Chicopee, Massachusetts, in the back seat with multiple gunshot wounds. Police say Batiste and Calvin Roberson kidnapped and then killed Roman in Massachusetts on Christmas Eve and attempted to dispose of his body in Hartford.